Hey everyone, welcome to Love to Create by Tonya. Today we're going to be designing this farmhouse style herb garden wall art. I'm actually going to use this design for my kitchen decor. You could also use it as a garden theme. Now let's go ahead and get started. Here's one of the items that I found on my Goodwill haul. And here are some of the supplies that you'll need. I'll leave a list of them in the description below. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some rough sandpaper and just kind of go around the edges and scuff everything up. I've decided to take some light gray chalk paint and just go over this. Not real heavy. I still want a little bit of that teal color to show through. Now I'm going to take some of the Mod Podge and do a generous layer on top of this wood panel so we can apply our wood grain look scrapbooking paper. And you can purchase these at Hobby Lobby. Most of the time they're on sale for $1. Now as you can see, it didn't quite fit around the edges. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the large rope and I'm just going to glue that onto the edges to cover up those little spaces that you see. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this grill mesh, and it makes a really neat look on this frame over the wood grain paper, and it's really easy to work with. You can actually just bend the edges down, and I'm going to go ahead and just take a staple gun and attach this to the frame. And take some of this, it's like an antique brown wax, and it's in the section where you find your chalk paints. And I love this because it gives the look of stain, but it has none of the strong smells or anything. Don't those look great? Kind of place these on and see where I want them to be. Now I am going to go ahead and paint my little clay pots with some of the white chalk paint. And then I'm just going to distress them a little bit with the sandpaper. And you'll want to put these little foam blocks down into your little pots. And I've decided to use some more of the Excelsior grass. And I just love that light tone color with this design. Now what I did is I just picked a few sprigs of the greenery that I could alter and kind of touch up a little bit just to resemble the look of the thyme and the rosemary and the parsley and the sage. And it doesn't have to be exact. You just want to kind of give that look that you have the little herbs growing in the pots. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding a little bit of a green to some of the greenery just to give it a different color tone. Now I'm going to just take some of this rope twine and I'm just going to kind of weave it through one of the little holes on the mesh here and then pull it back up through, and that'll just give me a way to attach the little pot. And the little pots are not very heavy, so the hot glue, it will hold really well. But if you would like, you could also add a little bit of the E6000 to this. And I'm just going real simple in this design. I'm just going to tie on a little tiny rope in a knot and just cut the little ends off and just leave just a little bit there. Now I'm going to take these little mini canvases that I painted and just hot glue them underneath each one of the little pots. Now this is just a black paint marker, and I'm just going to go ahead and freehand the words on this design. I just kind of wanted it to have that very rough and aged look to it. Now I was taking just a little bit of that black chalk paint and just going over the edges of the frame, and I even went over the edges of the mesh. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add a little more distress to the signs here with some of the white chalk paint. And then I'm just going to make just a simple little rope bow to put right at the top. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of the farmhouse style herb garden. If so, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you do so. Thank you. See you next time.